Hey, Sean here from speedcubeview.com. I want to talk about why we rotate. And about once a day, there is at least once a day, there's someone in one of the Facebook groups asking, how do I solve this F2L pair without rotating? And the usual answer is you have to rotate or you have to do a sledgehammer or something to set it up. But why? Well, it has to do with the math of the puzzle, just how it functions, how it works. And what happens is if we have an edge that's flipped, so let's flip this edge and another edge on top. Okay, that edge is flipped. There's no way for me to insert this without doing a rotation or an F move or a wide move. Well, why does a wide move work? Well, if I do, let's say, a wide L, notice that a U move is now an F move. We're not going to worry about wide moves too much because that's just going to get us into a whole slew of other possibilities and algorithms. But yeah, if I take this out, you can try it yourself. Have a flipped edge and there's no way to insert it without rotating. And if we rotate, then we can see we can insert it correctly. And it's just how the 3x3 works. That's why in ZZ they orient all the edges first, because then there's no rotations needed to insert every single F2L pair. And even, I guess, doing OLL and PLL, I don't quite know the math about doing F moves with certain permutations. But let's scramble this up, and we're going to do a ZZ style solve. I'm going to orient all the edges first. It's not going to be a strict ZZ solve, so don't at me. With my years of experience, I can tell what's a flipped edge or not by looking at it and by color patterns. If you want to know more about that, I would say actually you can check out my ZZ video I'll put in the description, but my Petrus video is newer and I have a little better understanding, and also my FMC video I go over edge orientation. So those might be better things to look at, but very straightforward thing, you can tell what edges are flipped by just saying, can I insert this without doing an F move or a B move, I guess. And you can't. There's no way to get this piece in the right spot, this white cross edge, without doing that. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bad edges. So I'm going to orient them. This isn't a video on how to orient edges. I'll put that, actually, yeah, check out the FMC video. But all edges are now oriented. And just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to do a cross here. I'm going to solve the cross, and let's see here. There we go. Cross is now done. All edges are oriented. So I can solve every single case without any rotation. And all edges are oriented on top. This is why doing ZZ is a lot of fun. And then we have PLL. But that's the reason we have to rotate or do F moves is because edges are misoriented. And it's not a bad thing. Rotations are often faster than doing F moves. There are cases that can flow really well if you do an F move, but don't be afraid to rotate. You could solve every single F2L case without rotating, but that's not always something you want to do. I'm just going to randomly scramble. Let's see what happens in the next couple solves and see if anything would show up that would be better to rotate than to try to do an F moves to orient the edges. And I'll just do white cross to make it easier to follow. Cross is done. Okay, right here. To set this up, what I would normally do is maybe do that first and then a U2. And it's set up here. You could rotate or do something like a wide F move and insert like that, which has become a very popular thing to do, but it's very debatable if that's ever actually a good thing to do. So we've got another case right here. Again, if we could do a slice move, but it's often just better just to rotate and do that. This one's perfect, great, and this one's great. We just insert it like that. why are slices or wide F or B moves not the greatest? You have to possibly adjust your grip. You could do it without it if your hand's in the right spot. But the speed of rotating and just doing this can be said to be faster. There will be someone who arguments against that in the comment section, but at the moment, we don't have data to show that it's faster to do that. Okay, let's do one more cross here. There we go. Similar situation. I set it up, so I'm just going to rotate, insert. Again, here, best thing to do would be to rotate here, because we could set it up and then rotate, but if you can rotate early on, then you can do that whole pair without moving and just flow throughout it. That one's set, and that is set. OLL and Z-perm. So that's why we rotate. We rotate because we have to orient the edge, or we have to do other F and B moves, which I would not recommend for all cases. Some cases I will do sledgehammer to insert, and I've gone over some of those with my F2L shorts, which I'll also put in the description. So thank you very much for watching. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Hit like, subscribe for more content like this in the future, and as always, stop by speedcubeview.com for more news and reviews.